in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with another review, and this review is on the highly anticipated new entry inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the aftermath of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, which is directed by Jon Watts and stars Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's about... Following the events of Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats such as the Elementals and a world that has changed forever. Now with all that out of the way, Joker, start this review for us.
And here we go.
Now this is just a fair warning out there to everyone who has not seen Avengers Endgame. There will be Avengers Endgame spoilers in this review because you kind of need the spoilers to talk about this movie because it's kind of about the central plot and everything. So with that said, guys, I was very excited to see Spider-Man Far From Home, obviously, especially after Endgame ended and Spider-Man, you know, he has to get up and decide if he wants to be the leader of the Avengers after the passing of Tony Stark. And I was very excited to see this movie. I thought the trailers were actually pretty good for this film, and coming out of Spider-Man Far From Home, add this to the big hits on the MCU list because I absolutely loved Spider-Man Far From Home. And my first of many pros for Spider-Man Far From Home is that the performances were really, really good. I mean, you have a great cast in there, obviously. Tom Holland, Jake Gyllenhaal, Samuel L. Jackson. You have a great cast in there. And all across the board, everyone was good. Tom Holland did a great job of really bringing out the innocence of Spider-Man. Jake Gyllenhaal is obviously fantastic as he is and everything. I'm still just beholden by the fact that he was nominated for Nightcrawler, and he had a great performance as Mysterio. And speaking of Nightcrawler, you even felt a little bit of that Nightcrawler performance, a little bit in a couple of scenes. I won't say what scenes because, you know, that is spoiler territory. But everyone across the board was really good. Samuel L. Jackson, awesome. Zendaya, awesome. Colby Smulders, awesome. Everyone was great in the movie. And my second pro of the movie is that I really liked the obstacles and the choices that Peter Parker had to make in this movie. Because he had to make the choice if he wanted to lead the Avengers. And keep this in mind, he's still a kid. He is 16 years old. And he has to make the choice if he wants to lead the Avengers, or if he just wants to have a normal life as a high school kid. And I thought that was a great obstacle for his character to go through. It really progressed and enhanced the character of Peter Parker inside the MCU. I also loved how this film also felt more of a coming of age movie. I mean, Homecoming also felt that way too, but this movie definitely feels like a coming of age movie because, you know, it's a high school kid going on a vacation to Europe. He has a crush on this girl, which I'll get to in a minute. Somebody who loves coming of age movies, I love that aspect of the film. Now, I felt the relationship between Peter Parker and MJ, I thought that worked very well. I thought it was cute, and it definitely built upon their relationship from Homecoming, and overall I just thought it worked, and I'm very excited to see where it goes from here, especially seeing how it ends off, and you'll see once you watch the movie. Now, my other pro with the movie, though it's going to start off a little bit like a con, is that while I did find what they did with Mysterio a little bit predictable, I thought the way they did it, however, was awesome. I really enjoyed the character of Mysterio, obviously played by Jake Gyllenhaal fantastically. Now, I can't really get into much of what they did with this character or how they did it because that's getting into spoiler territories, and while it was a bit predictable, I'd say, at the end of the day, I still really enjoyed the character of Mysterio. So now, where does Spider-Man Far From Home rank among all the Spider-Man movies? Well, I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I still have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at number 1, and then I'd actually put Far From Home, and then Homecoming, and then the Spider-Man 2 from the Sam Raimi trilogy. But as of right now, I definitely have to rewatch the movie, but I absolutely loved Far From Home. The performances were great. It enhanced and developed the character of Peter Parker even more. I love the coming of age feeling of the movie. Mysterio was great. The relationship between MJ and Peter Parker, I thought worked very well. And yes, while I found the part of Mysterio to be a little bit predictable, I thought the way they did it was fantastic. And I do have little tiny itty itty bitty nitpicks that aren't very big. But with that said, guys, I'm gonna give Spider-Man Far From Home a 4.75 out of 5 Fernies. I love this movie. I don't know where it ranks among the MCU movies as a whole. I definitely have to, look over the list and do all of that nonsense. But with all of that said, guys, tell me down in the comment section below, what did you think of Spider-Man Far From Home? And don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, in every single Get Critic video, look out for the next video or review. And peace.